the magnolias bloom so late. A child stands alone in fear, wishing someone would hold them near. Through the bridges of Georgia's care, they're reaching out but life ain't fair. Isolation's heavy on their heart, praying for a brand new start. Child protectives on the line, Georgia's foster, let love shine. I see peace, he send them far and wide, across the borders where they divide. Families waiting with open arms to shield them from all worldly harms. Through the bridges of Georgia's care, they're reaching out but life ain't fair. Isolation's heavy on their heart, praying for a brand new start. Child protectives on the line, Georgia's foster, let love shine. Oh, Georgia's foster, let love shine. Though the journey's tough, the road is long, singing out this hopeful song. Every child deserves a chance to find their home, their love, their dance. No more darkness, no more tears, just a future free from fears. With each step they grow so strong, in a place where they belong. Through the bridges of Georgia's care, they're reaching out but life ain't fair. Isolation's heavy on their heart, praying for a brand new start. Child protectives on the line, Georgia's foster, let love shine. Love shine. Oh, Georgia's foster, let love shine. Love shine. Oh, Georgia's foster, let love shine. The journey's tough, the road is long, in this world they'll start to glow. Child protective, hear their plea, in Georgia's arms they will be free. Through the bridges of Georgia's care, they're reaching out but life ain't fair. Isolation's heavy on their heart, praying for a brand new start. Child protectives on the line, Georgia's foster, let love shine. Let love shine. Oh, Georgia's foster, let love shine. Love shine. Oh, Georgia's foster, let love shine. Love shine.
Hey everybody, welcome in. It's me, Danielle. I'm back again. Can y'all hear me? So, here we are. Let's see what's going on in the chat already. So, I'm Danielle. I'm your host today on Unmasking Foster Care Corruption. Boy, I hope y'all had a good weekend. Today's my Monday on here. So I want to see how everybody's been doing, what's been going on out there in the CPS world. Any new updates? I see Chris in the chat. Hi Chris, welcome in. I see everyone. Y'all, we got the chat down here. Welcome in, y'all. How's everyone doing? So we got let's see, Chris. I got Chris here. I got Rajan. I got Rado. Hi, welcome in. Athena. Hey everybody. So Chris says hey Jonathan, welcome in guys and gals. How y'all doing? So it's been a while. I did see y'all on the show. I don't know who. I want to piggyback off the show last night, but let me get caught up on the comments real quick, and then we will dive in. Okay. So Chris says, "Hey," she said, "tomorrow she will see her son at the appointment." Good, Chris. Is it since he was kicked out of pre-K? Oh, and is he doing better, hun? Is he doing better? All right. And then Athena says, "Hello, Rajan. Hi, Rajan. Welcome in. Welcome to Unmasking Foster Care Corruption here at CPS Breaking News." Hi, Rado. How are you? Hey, Athena and Jonathan. Hi, everyone. So, hi, Rajan. How are you? I don't know how to say your name. I hope I'm saying it correctly. But welcome in. So, Jonathan, everyone here. So I see Chris. She's going to her appointment tomorrow. Whoops! I'm gonna drop y'all by accident. Oh my goodness, guys. Look, y'all know my show would not be my show without me messing up at least one or two times or 5 million times. It just would not be the same, right? So let's see what's up here in Athena's world. Athena says, I filed a motion to strike and a motion for reconsideration yesterday and filed for all three full cases. Now it's waiting for the new judge to hopefully start a hearing. You know what? With everything going on, Athena, let me ask you this. Do you feel a lot better? Like, do you feel like more hopeful than you did a year ago? Like last year about this time? Do y'all feel better? And like, do y'all like, is it more? I guess we can do it on like a scale of 1 to 10, like one being the worst and like 10 being the best. What's y'all's feelings about the courts, and is it moving towards positive things? Do you feel like it's gonna be a good outcome, Athena? And I would like everybody's opinion on that. Hey, Facts Over Lies, welcome in. How are you? So, Athena, I wanna piggyback on that. Is that for your daughter as well? The one that was in the what's going on with her? The one that was in the residential that got placed in the residential treatment facility, and then I remember you saying on the show, the last show I believe it was, that there was trouble or something with law enforcement, and that she's still in that facility. So, y'all, I do want to talk about. I don't know whoever watched the show last night. There's a couple things I want to bring up. We got these. We're really gonna start seeing some people's true colors. All right, the inside. All right, Athena says they did get a new judge as of Saturday afternoon for all three of my daughters. Awesome. So that's a new judge is a good. That's a good thing. That's a real good thing. So you won't have the biased one still over it. It's gonna judge you and base shit on your past. Guys, and that's what's crazy, guys and gals. I don't understand how they can get away with being so biased and it's like they already okay. I was always okay. So I'm gonna tell you the back history, the back story with me. Um, and the seat and child welfare and all that. When I came into this with my son, I was already experiencing and but it's on the other side. It's on the child support side. But I was going through some things and I had fell behind a little bit, but I had got caught up. Well, then when my mother passed away, I and my son was um taken like he was. I had a lot going on, and I mean I still do. Times are tough, everyone, and especially with everything that's been going on the last couple of years. Times have been tough. They've been tough for everybody. So, but I did start doing research. Oh, no, it's okay, Athena. So your daughter, I was asking if your daughter was still in that facility still. Oh yeah, oh yeah, they keep us busy, don't they? I see your Facebook posts all the time. I don't, y'all. I do want to say that if I do seem like I'm like MIA or AWOL, um, I'm sorry, but don't think I'm not reading your stuff. I am. Okay, my mind goes 24/7, even when I'm sleeping now. It's people think I'm crazy, but I mean I am crazy, but still, like and it's in a good way because you know what? I'm crazy about my kids. I'm crazy to help. It's crazy in a good way sense. It's not crazy like the world thinks. What they define as crazy, and my definition of my crazy. I don't like. Let me just say, y'all know we got words. Words are so impactful on anyone. You, me, kids, our parents, everyone in this world. Words can do so many things, and the crazy thing is, it's a word. It's there, but it's not there. But those, it's the meaning behind them. It's the way you say them. It's how you perceive them. So, you know, I was always told that the only thing we have in life that is our word. Because think about it, if your word is that I say I'm going to do something, I need to hold myself accountable and do it. Um, so, and that's what communication, that's a big thing every day, and that's part of our lives. I think we wake up, I mean, I wake up talking, so my, people get upset with me because I'm like a morning job. You wouldn't think that I'd be a morning person, but and my mouth will start jabbering as soon as I get up. Y'all know I'm a big mouth. So, but the thing is, words can, be very harmful, very detrimental to something, and very devastating as well. Um, I was watching a live last night on Facebook from a friend, and it was, and just the things that they were going through, it makes you think. Like, think about our kids that are in like, with my son and my, and I, I know this is totally not what I was talking about today on the show. I promise y'all. Like, y'all got me this time again. Y'all got me. I saw where you said you were going to be on the playground, Chris, with your son. Is that where y'all are going to be going? Or he's going on a field trip tomorrow to the zoo? Are y'all going to be meeting at the zoo to have your visit? Athena said, I filed a motion. Okay, I must have missed a comment. Hold on. My oldest is still in the residential as far as I know. Um, I filed a motion for reconsideration for emergency custody modification where I am making for her to go to my parents. Okay, and you know what? At the end of the day, should not have nothing against that because they're supposed to be all about families first and putting the kids with family and stuff instead of foster care. I mean, if they're I mean, definitely stay on that and get that. Yeah, because if there's family out there willing to help you, and there's no reason, and if they fit the whatever they what qualifications, I guess, or DFACs or whatever, or CPS, if they fit the qualifications and everything is good, there there should be no reason or no holdups like what was in my situation. I mean, you're talking, my family members have no record. The ones that with my son, no trouble, never. Um, it was good. Did you go, Debbie, or is it still going on? You know, see, this is the first time in my life I've been on probation for a long time, and leaving the state, you got to get permission, of course. And I'm telling you, like, it's just amazing being able to actually go with like and do things. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm not perfect, okay? And yes, I have left the state. I went in 2022. I did do my time for that. It was 2 months. I did leave the state to go get my brother in Florida because a hurricane was coming in. I've told y'all that, but it feels good to now be able to be a little bit more free than 10 years ago. Um, People make mistakes. People make mistakes every day, and I'm not going to say that I don't. I do it all the time. But it's how you overcome them. It's how you change them. And we were talking about something at the last night's show. I don't know if y'all were in the show or not, but I want to talk about what the system and these family courts are doing to these families, and even and that even when it comes to families themselves. Okay, yes, there are ones out there that in any case or any type of situation that deals with CPS and family, there could be toxic family members that wind up to turn their backs on us, on the parents. In my situation, it's something that you would never want to happen, never. But why? And you may never get answers. We don't know. But think about the things that it does to the children. I needed help with my children to keep them out of the state's hands in 2011 when I was 13 days. Well, just put it this way: 13 days after 31 or 14 days after my The guardianship was granted in August of 2011. 14 days later, I was sentenced to be incarcerated for a big amount of time. So, and I'm talking, it was over, like definitely over, like in the year category. It's not, I mean, it's not like I did 5-10 years, no, but I would still be in the system consider because I still am. I'm always gonna be because I'm been in trouble and they've I'm on probation right now. So but we need to think about, let's go to these anonymous callers and these ones that remove these kids from their home based on what? What evidence do they have? Do they have the proof? It's all hearsay. Are these anonymous callers that call in? I'm so glad Texas has jumped on the ship and leading the way, because they are, and there's a lot I don't agree with Texas, but I'll tell you right now, with Texas is not one of the most messed up states, like when it comes to CPS. They are like the only one. I don't know if anybody else any other state has, but they are the ones that jumped on board and this anonymous caller thing. Like, you will know in Texas, if you call, they are gonna know who is the caller if you want to call and spread lies. So just know that out there in Texas. Texas residents, Texas. If you are wanting to be spiteful and you call in to DFCS, CPS out in that state on anyone, just because you want to, be ready for that person to know who you are, because that is a state law now. You're not going to be anonymous anymore. Now, I wish other states would pick up on that, because it would save a lot of, it would, it would take away a lot of these investigations. It would take a lot off these, these caseworkers say that they are overwhelmed with cases, which in Georgia, I don't know if they're using that excuse anymore because they got a raise. Um, there should be no reason, but everyone, but why would you want to be detrimental to someone's family when, just because you're pissed off at them because they didn't give you no peanut butter or something? I mean, come on. Or they didn't let you borrow a couple bucks, or maybe they didn't have it. That's no reason to call. And I mean, even in the times where you're, maybe the wife up with another guy, I don't know, and whatever the case may be, no family should ever have to be called based on lies. Like, if you're mad, be an adult about it and take care of it. Don't pick on these children. Don't do that. I don't care how mad you are at someone. I don't give because you got to think. Let's put I have a brother. He is 30. I need to remember how old he is, because he don't. He's 30, 38, 37. My brother don't know his age, so when I asked him, he was 35 for like 5 years. It was great. And then he jumped to 39, and I was like, bro, are you sure? Like, but see, he goes by what he hears too. He's very easily, like, his mind. So you have to be consistent and persistent with him and remind him, hey, bro, you're this age, and because he couldn't even. I don't even think he knows, like, he knows what the year. But yeah. So his age is definitely so he's like 37, but he like, even when, and it don't stop at just children, like when they turn 18. If their special needs are disabled, it's going to go into their adulthood. Think about it. The parents out there that have special needs children right now that are facing CPS, get them people out of your life. Get them people out. Let get that case closed. Let's get this. I mean, they're listening, and stuff's getting reformed. Changes are happening, but we want. I know, instant gratification would be great, but we can't have that right now. But it is in the works. To keep voicing yourself and keep speaking out. They like hearing the real stories, the realness to this, not these statistical bullcrap that they put out there. Oh, the data, and the data. No, they want to hear your story. They want to hear you. If you are traumatized and just because and why would you say and this is and the parents out there that put themselves down and beat themselves up for right, Jonathan, right, right, right. Thank you, Jonathan. Let's see what right. CPS are welfare workers that do the opposite of what is in their job roles. Right, Jonathan. You know what? Let's dive into that. Let's go down that rabbit hole. Here we go. So let's go read what their description is. And you know what, Jonathan? I did. Hey, Louise, welcome in. How are you? I did have this wrote down. I did a couple years ago. I did write that down. And wow, and I wish I had that notebook. Still, I know it's in my notes. Oh man, I would love because let's just go ahead and dive deep. Let's go ahead and go down that rabbit hole. So, y'all, we're gonna find out what their job description is. Let's go with a. Is it a? Hold on, my phone's gonna fall. My brother, let me borrow his little stand thing right here, and it's getting in trouble. Hold on, guys. Let me put y'all up there, and then y'all get to see my dusty ceiling. Sorry. Let's do this. All right, social worker job description. So don't they have like a code of ethics too and stuff, or like I mean, I know in Georgia. Okay, so let's go to for Georgia. Um, Georgia. Okay, let's go see what their like. We're gonna go find the actual on these websites where they hire these people. Okay, it should be on the. All right. Would it be social worker or caseworker? Are we gonna put social worker or caseworker, guys? What do y'all think? Should we do social worker or caseworker? I mean, I know it's social. Okay, let's go right here to Indeed. Indeed should have it on there. So, because I know when I read before, y'all, it was just, it makes you sick. It does, it really does, because you're like the things, because I mean, I know in the social worker, in their job description for Georgia, it said that they were supposed to keep the community, like the kid around the community and involved with the community. Did you, Brenda? Look, y'all. Yeah, see Brenda's comment. I do. Brenda, look. I could just hear her coming in and hollering, Danielle, I found. She finally found me live, y'all. And she has been searching and searching for me on TikTok for like 2 weeks now. And she tells Danielle, I can't find your stuff on TikTok. So she, thanks, Brenda. So I'm glad you found me. All right, y'all. That was a good one. Good one, Brenda. That was great. So yeah, y'all, she's been on a mission to she keeps telling me every time I tell her I put something out there, she says in my lives, and she says she can't see me and find me. Well, finally, you get to put that one off your list, right, Brenda? All right, y'all. Let me get back on track. Brenda, I'm glad you found me on there. How many people I got in the live right now? Does it say on TikTok? All right, so there's yes, still fight, and yes, they are hypocrites. They are very much so hypocrites, and it's just absolutely it's they're judgmental for one, and this hearsay stuff they go by is not it's not cool. Hearsay. I don't understand how they can go by hearsay. Somebody please tell me why they can go by. What makes them think they can go by hearsay? Can anybody tell me? I'm fine. Here we go. I want to know. Like, that's how I knew you were on. I was just going through TikTok. You're a mess. So we're gonna go. Okay, welfare worker, caseworker. Okay, let's do that. Yes. Thanks, guys. Thanks, y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. That's awesome. See, because I know in Georgia they got. So you got the license, like they got the L in front of it. It's like a license, like the LCSW, and then they got the L. What's the other one? L license isn't there a clinical and then another one? Maybe I'm wrong. And that's what makes us. It's if it's gonna fall. Jeez. Yeah, my brother. I'm gonna have to get him a new sticky thing. I'm sorry I was late today, y'all. My brother. His time. He don't. He forgets. Like his memory is totally shot. And he forgets that Tuesday, Wednesdays, and right. I have to remind him. And then when if I'm already, I already got ADD, and poor bro, he's got so many uh um what are those USB drives in his Xbox, because his Xbox X series is corrupt right now because HDMI ports messed up on it, and he's playing his Xbox 360, and he can't. Something happened to the external hard drive, so it's messed up. It's corrupt, and he's got so many, like I think every USB on that Xbox, and he's playing like one game, and he's got like these little 8 gigabytes or 16 gigabytes of these little USB drives and flash drives in there to play this game because it's memory. And I've I've been having to format him some USB drives so he can play until we get his Xbox fixed. He's got an Xbox 360 coming Saturday, so that's a good thing. So until we get the X series fixed, because I'll tell you, them new things, them new games, game systems, everything's going virtual, everything's going digital. They don't even want you to have the hard copies anymore. Like some games on his Xbox will work on the new, like the brand new one, but other ones won't even work on it. Like they gotta. I mean, it's called a backward. What is it called? Backward games or something. Or yeah. So it's a new thing, and then you have to have the Game Pass. It's a lot. So times have changed, y'all. Times have really changed. That's how. And let's see. There's Jonathan. Responsibilities and tasks: provide counseling and support. They offer guidance, support, and advocacy to help clients navigate complex systems, overcome challenges, connect clients with resources. Right. Now let's check out the supervisor, Jonathan. The caseworker, the social services supervisor. Um, that's the one that got me, because each one. Okay, so you got hold on, Georgia job description. Here we go. And they do have openings. Let's see. That'd be something if I got a job there. But they wouldn't hire me. They would so no. They would not have. They would hate me probably. All right, here we go. Government job. No, we want DHS jobs for Georgia. I want to go back to okay. This is where I found it. Okay, so this is actually on the Department of Human Services website here in Georgia. It's government. No, it's not. Let's go back. That's not the website I want. Sorry, y'all. I want the DHS jobs. I want the actual Gov website. So these are Georgia Department of Human Services. Their job descriptions of these, like what they put. So this is on government jobs, and it's where'd they go? So here we go. Let's go to it's called Child Welfare Case Manager Services, Case Manager 1. So of course, the Georgia is their mission is to strengthen Georgia by providing individuals and families access to services that promote self-sufficiency, independency, and promote Georgia's and protect, not promote, protect Georgia's vulnerable children and adults. Y'all hear that? They promote self-sufficiency, independence, and protect Georgia's vulnerable children and adults. So this is child for the caregiving, recruitment, and retention. We want one for what's in it? Y'all want to go to the investigator benefit fraud? We don't want that. We want for. Don't we want one for? I want one for like actual social services, like do that. Okay, I want one that like even the investigators like. I want to read what they. Oh, there's adult protective services. Sorry, I'm trying to. They got they've named these jobs different titles now. That's crazy. So they child support makes 42,000 a year. Child welfare services case manager. No, I guess a level 1 makes 47. So so they're a pay grade 1. So they are supposed to face-to-face responses and screen in the reports. Of course, they implement social-based casework. They partner with parents in the developmental and utilization of the family functioning agreement, action plan, and family plan. So they go by these things, these plans that that that's where they also need to definitely do a lot of changes in, is these action plans, or these like the protocol. I think it's protocols, right? That they would go by. Like they give you that piece of, they give you that thing with the like data, like, things, the procedures. That's, I mean, if they want us to like me like work with them, why try to change something up if something's already set in place? Why try to switch it up when it's worked, and that's why it's built like that? Like, why over time has these things implemented and people ran with them? That's where it's messed up. That's how messed up this system is. It's broken. It is straight up broken. The government is broken. It has fell apart over the last, since the 1800s, and it's just gotten more and more of who wants who to fit the people, their needs. Really, I mean, to make it easier for them, they don't want to worry about nobody else. They want to worry about themselves, and that's whatever they'll do to get themselves taken care of, whether it be with funds or time or vacation or what, or they just don't want to leave the office. Find a new job, people. Leave these families alone, please. So listen to this. They collaborate with community partners to create a system of support for children and families. Ensures that frequency and quality of visits with children and families are adequate to ensure safety, permanency, and well-being. These visits ain't even happening, people. How are they frequently? What? And then over a video? What? Keep these kids close. Like, shame on them. Identifies the physical, educational, and mental health, behavioral health needs of children, families, and foster families, and ensures identified needs were effectively addressed. Wait a minute. You're going to tell me that that they're going to identify my mental health and behavioral health and my physical and educational when they're not doctors, and I don't trust their doctors? For two, the what? As a matter of fact, the caseworker that I talked about, the one that just emailed me, that's awesome. Not in my case, like it's a very awesome one up in Virginia that is amazing, and I wish there was a she. I mean, she is working, and she's one of those caseworkers that is working and has the passion to and the drive to get it reformed and get the changes that need. Because I mean, she stated that even caseworkers, she wishes these workers would tell the parents what they're supposed to know and need to know, instead of letting them just navigate it and try to figure it out for themselves when they're trying to just do anything that they can to try to figure out to get what to do to get their children back. That's what your caseworker is supposed to be there for, to guide you, to be like your not only just your accountability, but your motivator, your encourager, you're the one that wants to see you strive. That person should be attached with you at the hip. And I mean, really, I'm not going to say they're supposed to be your best friend. Hell no. But they're definitely not doing nothing like even the encouraging. What they're doing is they're encouraging you, all right, but and then they just strip it from you like it's nothing at the court date. How many of y'all experience that, guys? Think about that. I mean, that right there is like, that's That's horrible. And they're supposed to identify our mental health. What? Or they want to? I mean, that's why we tell you to record and document everything, because even recording's way better, because you know why? Think about it. Of course they're going to be able to identify our mental health, because they can. I mean, and of course they're going to say some BS, because old Sally over here just told me on, which these are just names, y'all. Okay, I'm just putting names out there. I'm not meaning this towards anybody in specific. Just FYI, I'm going to put that disclaimer in there. I'm just going to say names. I'm just using random names. This is not meaning towards anybody. I don't know nobody named Sally, and I may know let me just say Chris. I may know a Chris. I do know a Chris, but it's not meant for anyone that I know. This is just for educational purposes only and entertainment. Okay, so it old Sally, which is told me at the meeting we had last month, that I was doing amazing, and that she don't see why that everything is going great. Little juniors, progress is doing good. He's doing great in school. No bad reports. No, he's doing great on his objectives. So she don't see she's gonna be asking the courts to start working on reunification. Well, then the court date comes, and then you're standing in the courtroom, and you got those great feelings. You're just really good because you're working hard to get your kid back reunited, and you were told that it's not going to be much longer. Like, I believe Sally said 3 months. Well, guess what? Here comes the court date. A month goes by. You're in the second month. The third month, you're wanting you've been led to believe that your son's coming home. That you're gonna that it's working towards positive things. Like, you get your family back. That second month, you go to court, and here's Sally. Oh, Miss Danielle, she ain't reported to. She ain't met with us. She hasn't contacted her son. She won't give us. She won't return our calls in time. She's not going. She got kicked out of parenting class. What? Or she's not been attended. She's been having multiple absences in parenting. What? Like, and we're pushing to non-reunification. How many of y'all have been in that situation? I'm pretty sure a lot of parents. That's mental health. That's messing with our psychological and our mental health. But yet what? But you just lied. You're not even taught that crap. That is not part of your training. That is not part of your schooling. And what the hell? To strengthen families, you want to sit here and BS me to keep my family apart? And these are just scenarios. Not saying it's not to do with nobody's situation. These are just stories that just examples for educational and entertainment purposes only. Okay, guys? So just remember that, because I don't need people coming in and saying, hey, you said no. This is for educational and entertainment purposes only. That is a scenario. It's not, it could happen in somebody's life. Yes. But as of right now, I'm not meaning it towards anybody. I'm not talking about nobody's personal story. I'm talking about just the whole system in general. Okay, so they're supposed to ensure these placements, foster care placements, or living situations are stable and in the best interest of the children and are consistent. You know what? Over a decade ago, I did that for my children. Stability, security, consistency, safety, best interests. Why can't we decide that for our children, not them? Makes concerned efforts to achieve permanency in a timely and consistent concern concerted efforts. My word, I gotta zoom in. I think I need bifocals. Oh, I'm sorry. I need bifocals. I am 40. Whew, loaded. So makes concerned efforts to achieve permanency um, for children in a timely manner and consistent with regulations contained in the Adoptions and Safe Families Act. Ain't that 1990? Was that in 1997 though? When that came out, the Adoptions and Safe Families Act. Um, whoa. Ensures that siblings in foster care are placed together unless a separation is necessary to meet the needs of one of the siblings. But they're also supposed to make maintain children's connections to the neighborhood, community faith, extended family, friends, tribes or school. Uh, guess where? I mean, and this will be to my son's. Well, guess where my son? My son was 4 states away and knew nobody in an area that he had no clue near an ocean. And my son is what has been known in the past to which he has not in a long time. He has not eloped. But you're gonna tell me that that was in my son's best interest? My son, that was a really big. Oh my goodness, because my son was 4 states away, and when he would find out where he was, he would want to be coming home. So he would. That's what my worry was, is that he was gonna try to find his way home on himself, and I. Oh my goodness, people. It's crazy, and it sucks that and that place is not. It's in Texas. There's not an ocean that far. I mean, the dang ocean ain't that far away. Galveston is not. It's in Galveston County, Texas. Galveston County, Texas, with the League City. I'm sure y'all know where I'm going with this. They're supposed to promote, support, and otherwise maintain a positive and nurturing relationship between the children in care and their listen to this, y'all, and their biological parents and caretakers by encouraging and facilitating activities and interactions beyond visitation. With this, how am when for one, I would have I want how are they supposed to encourage and facilitate activities interactions with my child when he's in Texas? I'm in Georgia and we have to visit over video. They weren't offering to help me provide help even in the least little bit, but we went out there and got him. That's a big that's not cool. They're supposed to promote, support, and maintain a positive, nurture relationship between the children and their biological parents. I couldn't even tell you. I mean, they hated me. They and I they didn't. They went by straight up hearsay, y'all. They were biased before they even met me. Any of them. Document case management. Whoa. So so listen to this, guys. There's time frames established by the policy. So there's time frames that they have to meet to write and document case management activity. I can tell you right now that ain't happening. It ain't happening. Let me go down here. It should be an actual crime, right, Louise? Jonathan says resources such as financial assistance, housing, food programs, employment services, and health care. That's yep, and that's benefit fraud. Yep. He should be able to go online to play games. No, Brenda, he wasn't allowed to do nothing. I do. That's the another thing. He had a watch on the last, but, but what I was saying was like, let me before I get off track. What I was saying was the fact that if they are supposed to be promoting and encouraging and facilitating activities and their interactions beyond visitation, how am I supposed to interact with my child besides the video? When it's not like I can just walk out my back door and drive 2 blocks away and my son's there. My son was 4 states away. I mean, I could click my heels, my red high heels, and just hope or get my broomstick and right out there. My Turbo Buster 3000. Like hello, that doesn't make any sense for me. I'm sorry. There's parents out there that are going through what I did. Good job, Brenda. Congratulations on the job, Brenda. That's awesome. I'm glad. You think you're gonna enjoy it? Brenda, you're getting me. I gotta stay focused. Nailerism. I'm just and it's I mean, and my turbo buster broomstick is not working because it sweeps the floor. It don't fly in the sky, you know. That's just a funny meme, y'all. That I joke with people because you have to have a sense of humor when you're dealing with these people. You do. You definitely have to have a sense of humor when dealing with me because I'm a jokester, and because you got to have some fun in life and be fun. Like, um, and a lot of people don't understand me. They don't, and they don't get me. But I'm me, and I'm me, and I'm me. But I don't have, don't ever have any bad intentions towards anyone. No bad feelings, and I'm not gonna sit here and judge you. I mean, anybody that meets me, it's you will end that friendship quicker than I will when it comes to me because I'm not one to people that this is one thing. I got out of jail and I had nothing, no support, nothing. Not this was back in 2015, 2016. I had nothing. But my thing is my mom, my kids, my nanny, my dad. Those were my biggest things then. Okay? And I'm not even gonna say that the guardians of my children. It was my family because you know what? And everyone that I just mentioned was at the graduation for the program that I completed when I was in my when I it was drug court. And they were at my graduation when I received that certificate. And that's the ones that I wanted to show that yes, I can do it and I will do it and I will get my life back right. I will get better and I will keep it. And that's all. And my nanny, which was my mom's, not my mom's mom, but my son's best friend. It was, she's the one that pretty much raised my son to become the man he is today, the kind-hearted, be kind, be kind to everyone. That's what he says. What do you have to, you ask him, what do you have to, what is it, Bubba? Be kind to everyone. And he said, and my nanny, she, they, and that's all, my mom, I go back and I look on Facebook and I see comments that I didn't see before that my mom left. And like the other day, there was one that, in 2015, I believe it was 2015, I had wrote and thanking the ones that are in my family for giving the chance that I couldn't at the time to my children. And I thank them all the time. I have it's been going on for over a decade, and I have thanked them. I thank them all the time. And now, I still thank them, even though what's happened. I may never get my answer. But was it wrong? Yes. Yes, it was wrong. Is it gonna change? Yeah, it will change and it's not gonna happen again. And why? Why did why after all this time my son gets picked on? Did somebody tell me that? Why did I get picked on? Why? What gives anyone the right? It's a God given right to assume and make a decision. Uh, my mama went up there, she gained her angel wings and it's hard. They would hire me, Jonathan. If they would, and I think that people that have experience, I think when the reform happens, that people that have actually lived these experiences with their children, they do got free games on the Steam. Okay, look, my brother's gonna be okay. I've got to write this all down, y'all. Oh boy. So they, Jonathan, I believe that they should hire people that in this new reform, a change. They should go and hire people that have lived these experiences. These parents that have gone through it, that actually know both sides. They can see both sides of it. Yeah, you may go to school for it and shit. These caseworkers and stuff, but they don't know what it's like. They're not thinking about when they say don't be biased going into this, you have to think about both sides. That's what I mean. That's my understanding. And the caseworker told me that one time, and now she's no longer, she's no longer around. And where'd she go? Why? When she's actually doing her job, she no longer works for the state, the Department of Family and Children's Services. Why? What happened? What did that lady do so bad? Because she was doing her job? Is that why? And I'll back that lady up until and because she was doing her job. That's how you know that something's up when they get rid of these caseworkers. That honestly, what have they done wrong? What have they done so wrong by doing what is right of them? Doing what the policies and procedures says, not making up their own crap. Like a lot of our cases are nationwide. So I believe that they should hire people, parents, and ones that they're wanting to have a passion for that field. That can, because a lot of people don't realize. Yeah, it can be a lot of work. Yes, but you know what? If you have a passion to help and it's kind of like people, not really people pleasers, but just help the community and help children and save and keep protection and stuff like that. But it needs to be ones that have experienced it. It needs to be people that know both sides, that can see, and not these biased ones that want to make judgment based on hearsay. No, the ones that will actually go out in these communities and talk to different people, not just on this side, not just on that. You need to go talk to the parents people too. And a lot of that doesn't happen. You want to talk to the ones, like, let's say you got an anonymous caller, and we don't know who it is, of course, but they go out and they interview people that they said, well, wait a minute, what about this parent over here that's being accused of this and that, and you just go in and take their kids without nothing. You didn't talk to nobody. You didn't go talk to the neighbor. You didn't go talk to their best friend. Go talk to someone that knows them. A work group. Because I promise you, if these caseworkers would do that, there's a lot of people. A lot of these cases would be very different. You can't go by hearsay, and it's not fair to judge a book by its cover. It's not fair. Just like there's two sides to every story, and it's like a three-edged sword. There's two sides to every story. My side, the other side, and then the truth in the middle. Understanding is the understanding is like a three-edged sword. But it's only fair that both sides are heard, right? How can you make a judgment or determination based on what those caseworkers say? And that goes to the judges. You're just reading what you see on that paper. You're not. If there's a parent that if you get a case in front of you, and there's a parent that you have not seen or nothing, and you know darn well that this parent or this family, like, it's one of those that it's a shocker. Like, wow, this kid's in foster care. Wait a minute, whoa. But this family's this is not a parent you would think that would ever just turn their back on their children. Something's up. Instead of reading what's in front of you on that paper. So that's where a lot of the times these judges are just going by what is on the paper. These investigations go on. They get these kids. They get these cases. Okay, well, little Johnny, is in foster care because his mom. But where's his mom? Did y'all notify the mom? Did y'all try again? Did y'all notify her again? Did y'all send certified mail? Did y'all go to the house? What'd you do? Well, it says she's on felony probation. Why don't y'all reach out to her probation officer and find out where she, tell them to get in contact with her? Why can't you do that? And that's what they should do. It's only right. That's what they did. I mean, instead of trying to flip it and take it and turn it into something that it's not to get that person in trouble, that's not fair. That is wrong of these caseworkers, and that shame on y'all. But to locate these parents, like if there's like in my situation, if a family member passes away, like my mom passed away and she was the guardian of my son. Well, they didn't. I'm on probation. Why didn't they? Why can't they? But instead of automatically saying they can't find me, they're unable to serve me. But yet they, you know what I'm saying? Like it's things like that. It's little petty stuff like that that they can do that they don't do that's detrimental to these families and messes and tears these families apart. They need to grow up and they need to get a better job or get the heck out of this field and go on somewhere else and go get a job somewhere else and find something better to do that is going to entertain their time instead of rip families apart. And oh, I'm about to just very rude. They know I'm on my life. Sorry, y'all. And then the after hour thing on and called on call duty is not and they are not even on call. Nothing. You can't even get nothing. Fannin County though, I do have to say Fannin County was great. Fannin County awesome, and thank you Fannin County too for the help that y'all did when y'all helped with my son. I do have to thank them because they have been awesome since all this started. Not with my aunt and uncle helping. Celebrates positive outcomes with children and family. Did they celebrate? You know what would have been a celebration with my family is if they would have left my son alone and I would have been able to see we would have been able to see him graduate on time. That would have been a celebration. Or my son to graduate my daughter like it was supposed to be. Instead of I get 10 minutes, y'all. Tip and Punisher show comes on shortly. My son didn't graduate. He's not graduating this year. So, yeah. Embraces ongoing learning and professional and developmental opportunities. But they must pass the standard agency testing protocol for the position. And although they are authorized to telework temporarily, which that must have been during the pandemic, I'm hoping, because they should be in the office. Employees are subject to be called into the office as needed. Excuse me. That's yeah. This is this okay, so this is a case worker, like just a case manager. Let's go read. We got a couple of minutes. Let's go read about these supervisors. So if they do that, let me go catch up on comments. Sounds like social services makes kids vulnerable if they didn't start off that way. Right. Luis, I am so glad you said that because that is so true. Because my son, he he's a totally it's not they didn't know him. They didn't know him. They didn't know about him. And they still and they went by hearsay that was damaging to my child. Okay. Someone that may have been around my son, but nowhere near was around my son as much as my mother or myself. Okay. These family members can say that I did not communicate with my son or anything. I have so much. I've been, my mom always told me that they didn't need to know everything and that I'm her daughter and I'm always going to be her daughter, whether anybody likes it or not. And nobody's going to change that. Either way, who cares what they think? She said, my mother told me this because I asked her why people were being so hateful. And she's like, and you know what, Danielle? I run my own life. I make my own choices. And if I want you around, I will have you around. Whether they don't have to know nothing. It's not their job to know. It's not their business. And she meant that towards people that that didn't want me around, and mom mom held up to her word. I was around. I did holidays. Maybe not with the whole family, but we still did holidays. It was me and my brother that's here with me and my kids and stuff. So until I was totally like when it comes to my son, I was never, ever, ever alienated or isolated. My child was never. I'll tell y'all about a time. I don't know if I told y'all, but the daughter that I was speaking of, last night, um, she's 17, about to be 18, about to graduate. She's gonna be going to college. She's gonna study psychology, I believe, and also I'll have to get back with y'all on that. She's very smart, very smart. And I'm proud of her. I really am. I'm very proud of her. My youngest runs track and field, doing awesome. She's a sophomore. My son, well, he's a senior, but he was at the facility, so there goes his senior year right now until we get that fixed. But it's not fair. So these supervisors are making 73,000 a year. That hurts. 73,000 a year. Jonathan said it's built by liberal Democrats, so it's made to be self-destroyed. Yeah, it's set up for failure automatically, right? The broken system, guys. The only job their doctors get is through CPS and DCF. Yep. Report fraud at Inspector General. Like, facts over lies. When it comes, you're right, and we're supposed to, but why aren't they investigating this stuff? Because everything that I've been looking into to hold these people accountable, it's saying to go back to the Inspector General or the judges is the JQC, what is it, judicial disqualification, whatever. And why are they so like the cases, the Attorney General here, it's not. There's no. They put the settlements, okay, that they find these companies or departments within the state that and there's nothing with DHS, nothing. Why, Georgia? What are you hiding? Stop your. No, Georgia is not is in like the top three of all 50 states that have the worst child welfare system ever. Like, and they are so they our concerns. This is all to parents in Georgia. Our concerns have been reviewed and satisfactorily resolved. How many parents out there got that with the OSOP investigation 2 years ago or a year ago? So let's hit on the supervisor job real quick before I have to go. But the supervisors are just supposed to administrate, review, analyze, assure that compliance with policies, appropriate documentation, and reporting requirements. These supervisors are a major problem, y'all, in these cases. I don't believe it's the case manager. It's their supervisors. Their supervisors are overseeing them, are brainwashing these caseworkers, also as well as doing corrupt stuff. Because everything is a supervisor. Why are they? What the? And it's like the higher up you go, the worse it gets. Leads and administrates a comprehensive system of public assistance. Bullshit. Manages human resources and directs administrative activities. This ain't even the one I want. So that's the programs and community. That's not what I want. But you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm throwing down, y'all. Like, how in the hell is this right? We want the supervisors like the intake supervisors. That's what we want. We want the ones that are overseeing. So they got, this is better. Let's go see a director, a county director, only makes 66, and that's social oversight and child welfare. Let's see who's. Oh, hey. So, is it time for the show, Darren? Oops. Um. So even on a county level, the county directors are supposed to and develop and administers budgets. Okay, facilitates communications with the with units, agencies on specific case levels. But get this, leads and administers comprehensive system of public assistance, employability, and social services. Then the budget thing is what gets me. Like, what the? Assures agency compliance with policies, appropriate documentation, and reporting requirements. Come on, y'all. Promotes efficiency, effectiveness, and compliance. So everything, I mean, they're not, they're, I mean, even now, maybe this is different because well, it don't even say nothing about the a case or parents or anything. Like, it's, I mean, of course, they're going to be doing the employees within it, but it says create and maintains positive working relationships within the community and on the county DFCS board. That's a problem because why wouldn't you want to maintain positive relationships with the community as well? Like, which is the parent, the ones that are going through these cases, the ones that, I mean, if it was me, I would want to be known for doing changes, getting families back together, strengthening these families, like the mission here in Georgia is to strengthen families, to teach, to get them independent and strengthen them in security, safe, stable. If a family don't have enough food in the fridge, you know what to do. There's food stamps. Go get they get money. Get that family food and help them out until they get back to where, because everybody struggles. Why be punished when we struggle? There, I mean, I lived paycheck to paycheck for years and never had any problems. What the fuck? What is going on with these people? There's food stamps. There's health insurance. If the child is not, don't, instead of stripping these kids from their homes and tearing it apart, and then next thing you know, guess what? That kid never is able to return home because their butts is already falsified reports and made up lies, and that kid never sees their family again. That's what's going on right now, guys. Honestly, that is what's going on right now. Just like Justin Trudeau. Let's see what Jonathan's. If they have credentials, they don't have the authority to diagnose. Right. If they don't have credentials, right. So how can they determine our mental health then? I mean, they just took our kid. Hello. And that's when they determine our mental health is after they take our children. Of course, we're going to be a basket case. Hello. This is, y'all, we need to definitely be checking into like the description of these people, because they ain't assessing my mental health before they need to assess theirs. Their they need, I mean, that's what we need to be asking. When's the last time they had evaluation? Because they want us to go for all this evaluation stuff, but they just took our children. Why? Didn't tell us nothing. Showed up with false paperwork, trying to play it like it's a warrant to take my children. Which that's once again a scenario. It's not a real life story. It could happen if it was to happen, but it's not. But you get what y'all get what I'm saying. Y'all do. I'm sure, but it's crazy. They're gonna assess our mental health, psychological. Okay. I can tell you straight up. Yeah, but my mental health and my craziness is perfectly fine. I've been functioning for years just fine. So, but they're gonna assess it, and they're ripping kids from families, tearing these families apart, and totally not doing their job. Okay, that one I'm gonna have to write down and definitely look into. So that rabbit hole we'll have to go down another day, y'all. Definitely. Brenda, they tell you you're doing good in your case plan, so you don't contact your relatives. They also tell you you're doing good and they tell you things you want that you're doing great, even so you don't even communicate with them to stress them out. I mean, I've even heard a caseworker say that herself, and I'm like, lady, you're in the wrong profession then, because I will get on your nerves. Like, I will, trust me. I mean, I read, and I will find this pamphlet, y'all, that I read in a book, in a pamphlet from the probate court, where in the county I'm dealing with that the kid was it probate or it might have been no, it was juvenile, and one of them, but I know they're affiliated probate and juvenile. So I read that the caseworker is supposed to be like it's and the scenario they use was it's supposed to be attached at the hip, your hip. If you have a caseworker, they are supposed to be your encourager, your motivator, you're the one that's wants you to push you to do better, to get where you need to be, to like the encouragement, not the silencer, not the one that's isolating you, not the one that's dodging your calls. They're totally doing the opposite because it's not happening. They're not. But I'm gonna find that pamphlet, and I promise you, I'm going to put it on the next podcast. I'm gonna look for that starting today because I believe I know where it's at. I believe it's in this, and I know. And wait till y'all see this because I mean, this is. I'm like, that is not what I read. Everything that's going on is not what I was reading in these pamphlets. So that's false information. That's informational material that they give out at the courthouse. Hello, that's wrong. I mean, any caseworker that I've dealt with hates my guts or just don't even talk to me at all. Definitely not trying to strengthen my family for nothing, but they want the best interest of and they want the best thing for our children. Bullshit. Bull crap. Sorry, y'all. It's an example. Sue the cute. Right. It's an example. Right. Right, Brenda. Right. Jonathan said, yeah. Georgia DFAC's leadership director appointed. Yep. Candace Broche. But facts over lies. In facts over lies. I know you're down. You're here in this state. Let me ask you, since you're in the state with me, do you see Georgia on the radar much in the news? But we know there's a bunch of going on here. But do you ever see them being on the news like Maine, Texas, Arizona, California, North Carolina? No. What is your opinion on that? Do you see them being announced, like put on blast out there of what's going on in our child welfare system within our home state? This is our home state. What's up with what's your opinion on that? Facts over lies. Georgia, what did she say? Let's see. Hold on, y'all. I need the message. Georgia DFACs has 7,000 employees. Yes, they do. I have a lot, and they all got raises last year. I did read. They got raises when the reunification rates were dropping 64% and like declining in a negative way. Like reunification is not happening, but they got raises. That's just that right there is just a total like okay. They get raises for not reunifying families. The numbers dropped 64% from last year in a year's time. What were the numbers before? Holy crap. And I heard that myself from the Kenneth Broche, the director, in a meeting back in February, and I will find that clip too. He is. We will play that. Kenneth Broche, director of Georgia. Hey Ron, I see you. Thank you, Ron, for joining in. I saw your calls. Sorry, buddy. Thank you. Welcome in, Ron. I'm trying, Ron. It's okay, Ron. You're good, Ron. No worries. If you didn't know I was live, Ron, it's okay. It's okay, buddy. Thank you, though. If they don't back the blue, they will come for you. I like that, Jonathan. That's all. It's true. So true. 2022 filed electronically, and Douglas and Paul were the first to use. They can't wait to go statewide. It was to roll out later. All state welfare social staff are equipped with MCAS. Yes, they do. They go tell it. I was going to say telepathically. I didn't mean that. They over telework. Electronically is what I meant. Telepathically. Jeez, y'all. Oh, DFCS manages over 100,000 child protective cases and more than 100,000 family preservation cases each year. Thousands of children who are in the home and out of home placement. Their budget is $1.8 billion, and they're always asking for more money. I saw that, y'all. Let me find. Oh, before I get off, I gotta start cutting it off because I know Darren. It's almost time for his live, I believe. Our Tip and the Punisher. Kyle Winston, director. Wake Up America. Let's see. Wake Up America, right? Wake Up America, right? The two DFCS is hooked at the hip in 2020, so I'm sure all DFCS has been hiding just like the 2020. Do you know, it's funny you say that because in 2019 is when I started. Well, now that I've been like looking into things, and from my understanding, even from like the county I'm dealing with, it started really running crappy, and like it's like the corruption stuff really started in 2019. That it's very noticeable. I've noticed in the county I'm dealing with, and that's from people that I've talked to. And then just from what they've told me and my research, yeah, it's true. So it's funny. So 2018 to 2020, y'all. We need to look back a lot in those years because that is when I know. I don't know what's going on here in Georgia, but I want to read y'all this. So in Georgia, all right, we have. Where's the other one? Okay, I have two pictures. So I want to show y'all. Let me pull it up. Hold on. So it says that there was 33,000 reports of abuse and neglect of children were investigated by CPS in Georgia in 2024. Okay. 14,096 children received services without entry into foster care. Remember that number, 14,000. So 9 is the median number of cases a CPS worker manages at a time. 9 cases, y'all. Now, remember that 14,000, okay? I got some even better stuff. Now listen to this. 15,650 children were in foster care at any point during 2024. That's more than the what? So they were putting kids in foster care way more than they were keeping them home. Something wrong with that because I know damn well that these families ain't. Come on now, that number should not be high. No, 1,728 children were eligible for adoption in 2024. It'll piss you off. 17 is the median caseload for a caseworker of children in foster care caseworkers. 1,239 children were adopted by new families and given permanent homes. 36% of children in foster care were placed with a relative. You see that 36% in 2024. That's definitely can't be true because they kept my son all year. My son didn't come home until 2025 and family was approved. What's sad is all family was approved all last year. Since Easter 2024, y'all, we are now at Easter 2025 and my son just got home. You mean to tell me from Easter last year, because I can show Easter, he'll be home before Easter. What's coming up this month? Ain't Easter here? Or did it pass? Or I mean, I know we're right here at it. A whole year, y'all, that they just kept my kid. Why? But they kept telling us he was coming home. So think about those numbers, y'all. Okay, 14,000 were the ones that got services and stayed home with their families, supposedly, and then 15,000 were put in foster care. Do better, Georgia. Do better. Stop the BS with these families. Be real, be truthful, and stop being cold-hearted. I do want to read those something too. I don't know if I read this last time I was talking to y'all, but I do have to end. I do have to get off the show, y'all. Let me get cut. I guess said enough can't get your live back. Oh, you can't get my live back. Why? Darren, did you get my email with the link? I will ask him for you, Jonathan. I have 4 trauma trained specialists actively on my care team. 3 of them I say weekly. The 4th is wow. Them because of them taking my wow. See what it does to us, guys. See what Athena just said. That it's horrible. I'm sorry that they ignore all my caseworkers' emails and laughed at her. Yeah. My worker was with me a lot, and they ignore her email. She told them I was a good mom. They do that, facts over lies, and it's crazy. Auditors must audit all CPS and facts over lies. I see them under Kemp's foot hidden, just like the election. Bam! You just said it, girl. You just said it. And you know what? I'm going to get with you after the show, okay? Definitely. Facts over lies. Definitely, because you're in my home state. And yeah. I'm how many? Okay, I'm out. I'm over. I do want to say that I do get 2 hours of y'all from now on. I think I get 5 to 7. So hey, that's all. That's awesome. I gotta make it on time myself. Like y'all are always on time. I'm the late one. I'm sorry. Auditors must audit all CPS and foster care. Yes, and they don't. And bonuses to keep the kids over 6 months, right? And then they have this new thing now. I think it was with the Adoption and Safe Families Act or something where if the kids are in 15 to 22 months, they get up for adoption. Like they could only be like that's the cap at how many months they get. I mean, I don't understand that. Like that's not even talk about being under pressure. Like they really want. I mean, for one, we're missing our children. For two, they're wanting us to work this case plan. For three, it don't happen overnight. You can't just up. I mean, I wish to gosh I can just click my heels and have a brand new house with a picket fence and a brand new car out there. I wish I could, but it's not happening. All the money in the world, we don't have that. And you know what? I wouldn't want it. No, I'd rather live without it and live like I do. Because you know what? I'm not a greedy person. I'm not ever going to be. And I will help anybody out. I'll even give the shirt off my back. And even my last little bit of food if someone needed it more than I did. Trust me. I'll help your kid out. I'll help my kid out. I'll help my kids out. Any kid in the world, in any family, anybody. And I've shown that, and a lot of people that know me know that. Now, a lot of them I've also seen. They call me selfish, but when I was in drug court, they did lock me up to teach you because I was enabling people, and they said that I needed to learn how to say no, and they locked me up for 10 days. Put me in an uncomfortable spot to where I had my brother at the time, which means they locked me up right then and there. Like I went to court and boom, I was in because they had to teach me how to say no because to tell people no and teach me how to it's okay to say no. It's okay to be selfish, they said. It's okay because you know what? Look where all that got me when I didn't say no. I lost everything else. I kept because it was so the uncomfortable spot they put me in was the fact that I had my brother at home, I had a job, everything was running smoothly in my life. And all of a sudden this roadblock, I couldn't call my brother. My brother's at home for 10 days. I would have to so thank goodness. Of course I freaked out right there. But I went to the jail and thank God there was someone in the courtroom that went with me that was able um to keep an eye on my brother because otherwise my brother would be freaking out, and that's pretty it's hard to put yourself in that situation. Like you have a disabled person that depends on you and all of a sudden you go to jail and boom, they're at the what? So I had to learn how to stop. I can't be Captain Save is what they said. I can't save the planet. They said I'm not Captain Planet. I'm sure as hell ain't Captain Planet. Yeah, because I do not have a green thumb for nothing, y'all. 2001. All right, y'all. I think I'm caught up on all my comments. Easter's on 420. Oh boy. All right, let me see. Make sure you let everyone know we have a guest tonight. Okay. Oh, Dave Weagle, y'all. Tonight, Tip and Punisher show on. Wait a minute. On the 7 at 7:15. Tip and Punisher show is on tonight. Y'all got Dave Weagle. Okay, I gotta go, y'all. See you there. Go watch the Tip and Punisher show. It's time. I'm way. I gotta go. Look out for the Tip and Punisher show. Dave Weigel, he's a family court fraud warrior. I just seen this message. Oh my God. Y'all check it out. Mark your clocks. It's time. I'll holler at y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Be good, okay? But they got a guest. Tip and Punisher show. Dave Weigel. Big. I mean, he's. I was just watching some of his videos, and he is all about impunity. That's where I was reading a lot. I learned a lot from him yesterday, and that's where I've been talking about impunity and the regulation of these judges, and take away the regulation. And yes, go watch him. And I bet you he's very informative. Awesome guy. Awesome. And that's great. I'm on my way. Let's go watch Tip and Punisher. Bye, everybody. Good luck. Bye, y'all. Bye, y'all. Thank you. Y'all be good, okay? And y'all go watch Tip and Punisher. I'm on the way too. Bye, y'all. Bye, everybody. Bye.